It's the rat.
Hey Ted, hey Corey. Right, how's the volume tonight? I've changed the camera to from front to back. Hey Glenn, how you doing? I was watching your video earlier. It's a shame you didn't record your little trip into town. Okay, audio's good this time. Although we need to wait for Andy to come on and, you know, give us the actual. I've just realised that I've got my comments coming up on the screen. I didn't know it did that. Excellent. Minta equipped. Hello, I've forgotten your name again. Seriously, sound issues? Come on. You can keep that polar vortex to yourself. Thank you very much. Mark, right, thank you, Mark. How's everyone doing tonight? Apart from this terrible audio, apparently. Let's see if I can turn it up. Does that make any difference? Okay. Hey, James and Bill. Hi. Right. Tonight, as you may have noticed, we're going to do the rear diff calculation. We also need to check to see if it's a posi or an open diff. Right, audio's good. Sorry, Bill, what were you saying no to? Hey, come on, everyone say hello. I know there's 21 of you watching. Say hello to everyone else in the room. What football game? You know what I used to watch? I used to watch the American football when we were in Scotland. But it just takes too long. It's better just to watch the highlights. Right, so hello Fiero, Mike, and Chuck, Jose, and Paul. Cheers, Paul. Hey, Paul. Do you remember that FedEx incident we had? I just paid the bill. It wasn't worth the hassle, but we'll remember that in future when we send stuff with FedEx, whether we're sending or receiving, make sure that the whole administration fee is sorted out beforehand so there's no nasty surprises. No, Bill, third gear is working. It's just that I think we've got an extremely high or low rear diff, which we're going to find out tonight. You guys are going to help me. Hey, don't worry about it, Paul. You still sent me something that would have cost me far more, so thank you very much. Hello, Harnet's Garage. Welcome. Okay, here's what we're doing. I'm going to put the camera down next to the wheel. I've marked the wheel, as you probably saw in the thumbnail. And if it's a posi rear diff, then we can spin the wheel once, 360 degrees, count how many times the drive shaft rotates, and we'll work it out from there. However, if it's not a posi, then we need to do it a different way. So we need to work out if it's a posi first. The car is jacked up. It's on axle stands, so don't panic, and we'll sort that out soon. But before we do that, Corey, the problem that someone pointed out with changing the transmission, unless I've got an overdrive transmission or a manual gearbox with a sort of overdrive, then the final gearing for the drive shaft is still going to be the same. I'm still going to have the same problem. And it's going to be much easier just to change the ring gear and the diff. So that's what we're looking at tonight. So, how many's in? We'll wait a wee bit more because we're going to have a little competition, but there's no prize, but you know, you'll get to brag if you're right. So we'll be doing a little competition when there's a few more people in, okay? Corey, I think it's a stock diff, but I get tons of help and advice from when I did this video before on the transmission. And basically, if this is a stock 57 rear end, it would have come with a stock manual box maybe, which would have been geared, I don't know. Look, to be honest, even in 57 it wasn't designed to go highway speeds cruising, so we'll see what happens when we count the rotations. Hey Joe, how you doing? Right, Joe, you can keep us up to date on the on what's happening with. I don't even know who's playing this year. Who's in the Super Bowl? I used to always be a Denver Broncos fan. Don't know why. I just like them. Hey Glenn. 7, 8, 9, 10. What's it, about 10 in the morning on Monday at the moment where you are, Glenn? Okay, right. The gang's all here. For those that are coming in late, tough. Right, here's a little competition. I want you all to guess what gear ratio is in this car. Okay, so we know it's not low. We know it's not like a 273 or anything like that. We know it's up there. So leave your numbers and we'll see who's closest. Although there's not a huge amount of choice, but let's see. Wow, it kind of feels like a 488, Glenn. I think Danny's probably going to be right though with a 411. And Glenn. Hey Leonard, how you doing? Hello Kent. Hello old dude. Hey Turlo, how you doing? Oh sorry, old dude skateboard, how you doing? Turlo's Garage. Jersey Side Boy, Richard Lees. Richard Arthur. There's a lot thinking it's a 411. Okay, let's find out. First of all, I'll take you down and we'll do the posi / open diff thing, right? So as I say, it's jacked up. So I need to get underneath. I'll spin the drive shaft and I want both wheels to be spinning in the same direction. Correct? Yes? In neutral, by the way. Right, thanks, Mike. I'm just waiting for confirmation from anyone else. Right, okay, we're good. Right. Let's head down here. So I have marked a little white drive shaft. Do you see it? Okay, so that white, it's a bit of white tape and it's pointing straight down from the drive shaft. And we'll use that later, but for the moment, if you can see the other wheel at the back, I'm going to be spinning the wheels forward like, you know, like it would be driving. So the wheel in the distance should be going anti-clockwise from your perspective, okay? Spinning now. Right then, so it's a posi, right? They were both spinning the same way. Yes! Posi! Excellent. So I can do 11s down the road. Brilliant. Why would I put, right, tell me, why would I put pressure on the other wheel? Genuinely want to know why I would do that. Mr. No CCIs. Okay, the other way then would be if I turn one wheel. No, if I turn one wheel, the other wheel would turn in reverse if it was an open diff, surely. If I turn the drive shaft and they both turn the same way, then it's a posi. Come on. So all the stuff I was looking up that said put it in neutral is BS. Do I actually have to put it in park for this? Right, I'll put it in park. Let's try that again then. Ah, okay, Ted, so put it in park to see if it's a posi or an open, put it in neutral to do the ratio, but then you have to do it a different way. You have to, if it's a open diff, then I do need to stop the other wheel from turning, right? Sorry, I'm reading. I'm not lagging out. Stop. Yes, correct. I'm so confused. Right, let's just do that then. Let's. It's in park. I'm going to turn it the same way. So I'll be turning it forward, if you know what I mean. So turning it forward now, as if the car's going forward. Oh, nothing's turning. Ugh. It's going the other way. Okay. So that was in park, and the wheels are rotating the opposite way. So it's not a posi then. I don't get it, because do you remember way back when I was first testing the car and I did a sort of a very, very small burnout attempt? I was getting rubber on both sides on the driveway. So surely that wouldn't have happened if it wasn't a posi. Right, I'm going to follow Glenn. So he says, put it in neutral, block the right wheel, count the revolutions. You mean the revolutions on the wheel going once? Because what I read, or what I watched, to do the gear ratio with a non-posi diff, you basically turn the wheel 10 times and you count how many... We'll do it this way first, right? Count American revolutions. Yeah, good one. What are we up to now? 3? Right, I'm going to put it in neutral, block a wheel. What am I going to block it with? I'll block it with a jack. Be with you in a minute. Okay, I've got the other wheel blocked. Yeah, thanks, Ted. Right, where are we? I think it might be posi, but it's worn out. I'm going with that one. It is quite old. Yes, Turley, you were right. It was really difficult to turn it when it was in park. Okay, regardless, we can still work out the ratio, yeah? So, how many times? Someone said turn the wheel twice, yeah? Because I watched somewhere that I had to turn it 10 times and do some calculation. I'm so unfit. You're so right. Okay, Kevy, I'm going to turn it twice and count drive shaft revolutions. In fact, I'm going to let you guys count it. So, as you can see that white bit of tape? Hopefully. That bit of tape is straight down, okay? So, let's turn the wheel twice. You can count together, right? Okay, so 1, 2, 3, 4, just over 4.5. A bit there. 4.5 and two turns of the wheel. So let's call it 4.6. And 2 turns of the, 2 full rotations of the wheel. So what does that make? What do I do next? Or have I got a 4.46 gear ratio? A 4.66 or something to 1? So Leonard then, 4.56 to 1, is that a recognised ratio? Coffee's done. I'm waiting for Leonard to get back. So, that would explain why third gear sounds like I'm in first gear. I'm cruising at like 3,000 RPM at like 30 miles an hour. Turlo, it was about 4.5 turns of the drive shaft to 2 turns of the wheel. See, Dan, that is the way I was going to do it, but, you know, everyone said only do it twice, and 10 times is going to be really tough in my old heart. Right, turn rear wheel 10 times, count drive shaft resolutions, move decimal to left 1 number, 35 turns equals... I don't, Mr. Outlaw Edge, I don't see any tags on it. It's got like 15 layers of paint on it as well, but there's no tags, trust me. Right, okay. The main point of that whole performance was to make sure it was the rear diff and not the gearbox. The gearbox is fine, it's just a stock TH350. So now I have to decide, what do you think would be the best ring and pinion set that I need to get? I'm not going to be racing this car, I just want it for cruising about and looking cool and maybe going longer trips. So I would choose cruising over racing, put it that way. The other question is, how easy is it to get these ring gear pinion sets? You know what I mean? Do I need to get it new? Is there a lot of certain numbers kicking about? Yeah, maybe I could sell these gears to a racer, Glenn. I don't know any racers though. Oh, if only there was swap meets, I could just take them out and special race gear pinion ring gear set, $200. Actually, I have no idea how much these things are. And also, how interchangeable are they? Presumably I would have to get everything to match that housing. I don't know, I've never done one before. Princess Auto might have them. Seriously? Right, Jersey, I'll do that just for you. I'll turn it to 1, but I think that only works with a posi, but we'll give it a shot. What have I got to lose? Right, here we go again. We're going to do 1 turn of the wheel. Oh, no, wait a minute. Okay, so that paper tab is pointing slightly towards us. It's not all the way up, so bear that in mind. If you can even see it. Hold on. Right, I'm going to turn the wheel 1 complete turn. So that would be 1. That would be 2. Like 2 and a quarter. See, that doesn't make sense. It's definitely not low geared like that. You're just trying to tire me out, aren't you? Glenn, what do you mean a whole different head? It's the whole pumpkin and arms shaft housings are one piece. I can't just change the head, I don't think. I don't know what you mean by changing the head. I've got all the bolts at the back of the car. I can take them out and get access to the inside. I don't see how I can change the pumpkin when it's attached to the shafts. You know what I mean? It's like, I'm going to draw it for you. This whole section here is one complete unit. You know, it's not like I can separate it there and there. So yeah, I can take off that panel there and get access to the inside, but I can't. If I was to change the whole thing, I would need to cut off all my welded brackets for my tri-link. Oh, is it? Right, okay. I thought you meant the pumpkin was everything, the big round thing that you can see from the outside, but it's everything inside the housing is the pumpkin. Okay. Yes, it's a 57 Chevy. And when I looked up the code that is stamped on it, it did say it was a posi. So whether it has been changed or it's worn out, it should be a posi for that, the number that's stamped on it. Ding, 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 ding. He said banjo. That's the only banjo tune I know. The bolts are at the rear. Okay, Ted. Okay, right. Right, glad we got that cleared up. So where do I get this pumpkin? Does it come as a whole set then? presumably it's got like the carriers, the pinion, the ring gear, everything. Do these things, like, do they sell second-hand, or is it going to have to be new? Right. I need to show you my Diff. Hold on. I said it had bolts in the back, didn't I? It doesn't have bolts in the back. What an idiot. Why did I think it had bolts in the back? Hey Marty, I hope you're enjoying your dinner. I had a really tasty dinner. I also made some Korean barbecued beef. It's very nice. Thank you, Mr. Edge. I will... I don't know what I want. Honestly, I need to do more research. But the thing is, my research seems to be garbage because everything I thought I knew, you guys have just told me was wrong. So, anyway, what did we decide it was? A 4.5? Oh, I need to scroll back up and see who was closest. Hold on a second. Oh, Glenn said a 488, but yeah, I think Glenn was the closest. Leonard kind of cheated because he said a 411 to a 456. You can't. Kent Owens also said a 488. So no winner. It's a tie. I'm sorry. No prizes. Who was asking that? What was the outcome? Mr. 1. We don't really know. We think it might be a worn out posi. So it's doing a bit of both. I was still getting 2 rubber marks when I did a wheel spin in the driveway, which you wouldn't get with an open, I don't think. So, do I need to remove that whole axle to get access? I mean, it's no biggie. I've got my 2 shock absorbers. You know, I've got the 2 coilovers to remove, and I've got 4 bolts with the triangulated 4-link, and then the whole thing will... Oh no, I've got brake lines as well. Ugh. It's only 1 brake line, I suppose. But do I need to take the whole rear axle out to get access, or can I do it while it's in the car? I mean, obviously I need to take the drive shaft out. Excellent. Okay, so I don't need to disassemble the whole thing. I did watch a video, but apparently watching videos doesn't help you these days. But yeah, I watched that you take the wheels off, you take the brakes off, you get into the inside of the diff, take out pins, take out C-clips, pull the shafts out, that kind of deal. Ooh, thank you, that's even better, Turlo. But I still need to know, I need to know if these things are a standard fit or if it's going to have to be specific. I mean, is it GM specific? Is it Ford specific? Okay, Ted, no C-clips, just pins? I don't know, I'll find out when I get in there. I'm not doing it tonight, by the way, in case you were wondering. Got my nice t-shirt on, don't want to get it ruined. Of course it's specific, but how specific? Is it year specific? Is it decade specific? You know what I mean? What's the range? Right, Ted, okay, 57 only. Wonderful. But then the 57's a pretty popular car, you know, so I should be able to get parts. Who's Andrea? I don't know. I've never met Andrea. Front gold file. Richard, are you doing like voice to chat? Because I don't understand what you're saying. I'll read it out just so you understand where my problem is. You'll have to do all that. You just take full 12 to Andrea, actual slide amount for the front, gold fell to housing and pulled out. God, so much stuff. Sorry, I'm reading a lot of stuff here. Tune size. 10 months, both. You have 3 what in Edmonton? Pumpkins or what? I mean, what ratio, if that's what you mean? Oh, Ted, that sounds easy then. A couple of bolts. Oh, I need to drain my fluid first, right? Otherwise I'll make a right old mess. Okay, so everyone's got an endless supply of rear diff gears except me. Great. Okay, right. Okay, Ted, I won't. Yeah, I need to see what I've got first. So, enough of that. In other news, okay, if you're not in the Facebook group yet, and presumably if you've got Facebook, hop along to Scott Rods on Facebook. There's a link in the description, and join the group. It just means that you can join in with other chat and photos and upload your own photos and videos. It's a free-for-all. I'm not trying to make a business out of Facebook. But if you've got a channel you want to promote, stick a link on the Facebook page. It's much easier to do that than here. And tomorrow, I'm going to make Mondays. Hold on. Oh, I'd love one. Yeah, I'd love many, but I don't want to pay like $100 in postage if it's exactly the same one as I've got. So I don't mind paying the postage, but it would be good to know that I'm not wasting everyone's time, you know. I was using voice chat and it sucks. Right. Oh, okay. Out the video, this one, very different. Yeah. Okay. Okay, right, stop, right, we're done with that for now, right? Well, we might come back to in a minute. What I was saying, Facebook page. I'm going to use somebody's uploaded picture as the header image on Facebook, and I'm going to do it every Monday. I will ask permission first, because not everyone wants their pride and joy at the top of a Facebook page. So I haven't decided who it'll be, but it'll be someone that took the time to come and chat with me tonight. So it'll be one of you guys who'll be getting your picture, if you want, on the top of the Facebook page, and it'll be there for a week. Okay, that's what's happening tomorrow. Well, midnight tonight, I'll probably put it up. Oh, right, sorry, Jeff has just joined the chat. A new player has entered the game. Jeff has got a new toy, and he's obviously already decided he's going to turn it into a gasser. I have to say, Jeff, I really like the idea of that panel van, is it? I am not, and I know you're going to hate me, I'm not a gasser fan. Just doesn't do it for me. I don't mind lowered, I don't mind bagged cars. I like raked cars. I just don't like the gasser look. I'm sorry. We'll see how many unsubscribes I get after that comment. Right, to put it into perspective, okay, the whole gasser thing is completely alien to me. Back in Scotland, we had nothing like that. We had the odd hot rod, but it was usually your stereotypical 30s Ford, the only one that you could really get in mass, mass production over there. Well, shipped over there. Gassers were not a thing at all. I didn't see a gasser until I came over to Canada. So maybe I just have to get used to them, but hey Cameron, how you doing? You're a bit late to the show tonight. Ooh, looks like I've got someone else in the anti-gasser club. I do understand. I get it. I understand the concept. I'm not keen on the look. That's all right. Let's move on from gassers, okay? They're lovely. Everything's lovely. So, right, people working on stuff. You need to go over to at the end of this or whenever, go over to Glenn's page first of all. Glenn's channel. I've forgotten the name of your channel. Is it just Glenn Miller? Anyway, he's got a wee competition running to guess the weight. He took his hot rod to a weighbridge, and it's a little competition to guess the weight before he tells you all. And I think he'll be telling you all next weekend. And he actually gives out prizes, so that's worth looking at. And also Cameron's been working on a really nice little truck. And these guys are all working hard and trying to do some hot rod work in between, so good on you guys. Well, that's 3 of us. I might need to start a new group called We Don't Like Gassers Very Much.com, whatever. I keep sneaking off for a wee puff in my you-know-what. Right, also, I know I hate gassers, they're misunderstood. Right, Glenn posted up a very cool video. Remember, Glenn's in New Zealand, so they're like middle of summer right now. And also they've got on top of their pandemic over there, so they're having car shows galore. He posted up a video yesterday. I don't know, yesterday. He's in a different planet to us, so it's a completely different time. Anyway, he posted up a really cool cruise video. You got to go and see these cars. They're so cool, and nothing like you see over here. All these Holdens and all that weird Australian stuff. It's in New Zealand, but you know what I mean. very cool. So go and check out Glenn's channel. Must be the Roo. I don't know what that means. Yeah, the AGGC sounds more official if we call it that. I don't know what Street Freak is. I tell you what, I didn't notice a lot of, Glenn. It wasn't a lot of Japanese stuff at that cruise. Is that just a totally different show? Because I know you guys get a lot of the high performance Jap stuff. And also, oh, while I remember, I asked you about that orange car. It was like the third, maybe the third or fourth car in on your video. As I say, it looked like a Chrysler Valiant at the front. But I had a Chrysler, no, a Valiant Charger, sorry. But I had a Valiant Charger and it had a sort of fastback rear end, but that one was like a coupe rear end. What was it? It was orange and it had a black stripe in the rear end with a number. I can't remember the number. 392 or something. I'm making stuff up now. Anyway, go check it out. It's, oh, you know what else? He actually stood in the middle of the road and had the cars going by either side. Very cool, Glenn. I don't know how you get away with that. We would have got moved if we tried that. Oh, it definitely wasn't a Holden. It was Mopar. It was definitely a Mopar. Yeah, probably. To be honest, I never used to like my era of car. But again, we didn't have it in Scotland, so you didn't get used to liking stuff. We had like old Mini Metros and Triumph Dolomites. Garbage. The only V8 we really had was the Rover SD1, was it? The one the police used to use in Taggart, or no, it's older than Taggart. Oh, I tell you what we had though. We had a program called Z Cars, right? It was an old black and white cop show. Z Cars with the police, and it was the Zephyr, the Zodiac, and the, what was the third Z? Any Brits remember? Sorry, I was talking a lot there. I'm trying to catch up. Console doesn't start with the Z. What are you talking about? No one remembers Z Cars. Come on, I'm not that old, am I? That was poor, Ted. That was poor. You're just making stuff up now. Come on. Right, so a VG Valiant hardtop, you reckon that's what... That doesn't sound very cool. It looked a lot cooler than that name. Yes, yeah, actually it was like a dart. It's like a dart. A dirt. A dirt. That's what it looked like. It was nice. I liked it. There was a lot of nice cars. Tell you, see that, the sort of baby blue car? Was that a Mark II Cortina? Satellite delay, what can I say? It's got to go all the way to New Zealand back. Anyway, gorgeous, gorgeous cars, gorgeous day. Go and check out his video. It's very long though, so you might want to break it up a bit. It really puts you in the mood for some car shows though. Yeah, I'm sure it was a Ford Zucchini they drove in the police back in the 60s. You're going to make me look it up? I'll do it later, right? Right, what else have we got to cover? Oh, Right. I've got something hopefully arriving tomorrow. Okay. Something I've been waiting for. I'm so excited. And the thing is, right, I've been saving up my YouTube money. You know those annoying adverts that you get to see, Ted? Well, I've been saving up enough that I can get something that's arriving tomorrow. Who wants to take a guess at what's arriving tomorrow? I'm so excited. It must be something good, right? It's coming from America land, if that narrows it down a wee bit. Yeah, Ted, you know what it is because I told you what it was. That doesn't count. It's my urine sample. Yummy in my tummy. I'm going to wait for everyone to throw in a guess at what's arriving tomorrow, and then once everyone's guessed, I will say whether or not somebody got it right or not, just to piss you off a bit more. Right. Yeah, okay, right, you keep guessing, and this is a clean t-shirt. It's literally the cleanest t-shirt I've got. But I'm still waiting for that delivery of t-shirts, by the way, Ted. I don't know why it's taking so long. So, what was I going to do? Oh yeah, I was going to look up NZ Mopar. Oh, we're lagging. I'm always crawling around on the ground. Right, I'm going to just throw on some links while you guys guess what I'm getting tomorrow. So, first one. NZ Mopar. That's a link for Glenn. That's the New Zealand guy, okay. Okay. I have to pronounce this. Luis Cisneros, no, I failed. Is it Luis or Lewis? Cisneros Restoration Renovation. The weekend's good, thank you. You're desperate to call it a zucchini, aren't you? Right, who else was I looking up? Glenn Miller. Glenn is building, oh, it's so nice. I'm not going to tell you what it is, I'm going to let you go find out. But he's working, what can I say? His workmanship is amazing. He's got some really nice mods. It's not so much mods, it's what he's building, it's very cool. And his link is coming up. Paste. Okay. Glenn's building an old Dodge, that's his link. Randy, we think the gear ratio is 4.56 to 1, something like that. Pretty high. Snow Crusher says there was only 2 models of Z-Car and Z-Cars. For the last 40 years, I thought there was 3 types of car and Z-Cars. Wow. Right, who else was I looking up? Cameron. Burns Garage. Right, so Cameron's building a really nice little, is that a Chevy truck? I think it's a Chevy. And it's coming along really nice. You got to go and check out Cameron. Cameron, I don't know why I said it like a spaz. Okay, so enough guesses are in. And yes, someone guessed right. One of those items is coming tomorrow. I'll give you a clue. It is not an aubergine. Okay. Okay, where are we at time-wise? Right, we're almost at the hour. I don't like to go beyond the hour because, you know, because that's just greedy. So, the last thing that I'm not going to do tonight, but I will take note, if anyone has not given me a note of where they live in the world, to get a pin in the map of world domination, do that now. And I'll do a quick video of the pinsertion process at the end of the next video, okay? So if you've not already told me where you are in the world, leave a comment now and we'll get that sorted. Right, so have a think about my rear diff ring pinion situation and see if you can think of where I could get one, or if there's anything else I need to know. You know, to save me doing all the research, I might as well get you guys to do it. I don't know what I'm looking for. Randy, I don't know what rear diff. It's supposedly a 57 Chevy. It's supposedly a 57 Posi rear diff. But we did some tests earlier and it didn't seem to be doing the Posi thing. It's like I was turning one wheel one way and the other one was going the other way, and that shouldn't do that with a Posi. But I also managed to do a mini burnout in the driveway last year and I had 2 tyre lines. So we're thinking it might be a worn out Posi. Okay, where are we? Anyone I've not answered a question to that's getting a bit annoyed because I keep ignoring them, I'm not doing it intentionally, just... or is there anyone else that wants a shout out to their channel? Oh, we're still in the Z cars. We had Zephyr and Zodiac, that's the only 2 apparently there were. A 308 centre section complete. Do you think it would fit my diff? Because that does sound perfect. Yeah. Sorry, Mr. One thinks a Zidget is a car. A Zidget's a good name for a car, actually. Right, Randy, I will send you a message or send me an email. I've always got a link to my email in the description and we'll chat some more because that sounds perfect, okay? That sounds very interesting. Obviously, I'll pay postage and whatever you want for it kind of deal, but we'll chat over email if you like. Or if you're on Facebook, send me a private message. Good night, Cameron. Thanks for joining. So... okay, that was good. I learned a lot, which isn't hard for me because I know nothing already. That would make a good video actually. I've never gone into rear diff, so that would make a good video of the whole process, and because I like to cover every single aspect inside, because there's a lot of people like me that are doing this for the first time. Right, Randy, I will speak to you soon. Right, thanks for joining me, everyone. Anything else? Don't mention my bench. I can't believe Aussie Jazz isn't here. He would be kicking my ass if he saw that bench. The other seat belt's installed as well, but the spring burst on the inside, so I need to take it apart. Right, folks. Farewell. Thank you for joining me. I'd like to thank my agent and my family. Night, guys. I'm still watching. Hold on. Night, Nomator. You got a silly name. Night, Snow Crusher. You hang up. Night, folks. Right, I'm going this time, okay? Thanks for joining. It's been fun. I learned a lot. How do I switch this off? Bye.